Hello YouTube. Hello YouTube. So I'm out here today trying to fix one of the machines that put piles in. I'm not working, I'm just doing it as a favour because I can, and so I thought I'd bring you along and show you what I'm at. Is this going to charge? Wait, not like that one. Let's try to figure this out again. Yeah, we're getting charged now. So there we go. So if you're new to my live stream, you would know that, or my channel, you would know that I put my house foundations in with a machine just like this one. I'm going to give you a quick tour of, it's very cold out here today, a quick tour of what it is. So turn around. We've got it inside this hangar, but it's still snowing. Snow's belting in. As you can see, it's snowing mad. A lot of snow. So even in here it's snowy, but it's less. And this is the machine anyway that I'm trying to get going. Basically the electronics are done on it, and my real hobby is electronics, so my boss asked me if I'd have a look and try and get the thing going. So we've got a brand new remote control, which I was working on last night at home, fitting the wires, but I have no schematic diagram of this machine at all. It's a complete mystery where the cables go, where the wires go. So that's it. As you can see, we're in here. It's where this straw is kept. This old barn here. It's right beside the base where it's at, but we borrowed the neighbour's barn to keep it out of the snow while I'm doing this. So that's the machine anyway. And this is life in Russia. Sometimes you do things for people because they've helped you. It's kind of very much a case of friends help friends kind of thing. So this is my dilemma anyway. So this is the controller, the new controller, and as you can see, I've got a million cables to play with, not knowing what does what. So it's a case of just attaching them and then seeing if it does anything and moving them about, but unknown what does what. Actually, they're connected here, and I've got a separate actual connector there. I'm not sure what it's doing, if anything, or where it's going. So they're all connected together as well. There's like different things, not only that, but they're connected up here to these electronic valves. So I've got these connections here. These are all disconnected. I've just reconnected them. I'm guessing these are for the drive, for the tracks going around. And we've got the electronic valves here. These are controlled by this, and these are controlled by these relays in this controller here. But finding which wires do what exactly, and which relays run which buttons on this as well, because there's no clear. There is a diagram on this. Oh, my glasses, my special glasses. There is a diagram on here. It says up, down, east, west, south. Up, down. What's that supposed to be? Who knows? West, south, and they've also wired it to make it doubly extra special. They've actually wired, originally they wired the hammer, which is in there, the ton hammer, they wired that into this as well. But again, no idea where the wires are, so I'm expecting this to take me a couple of days to actually figure this out, maybe longer. But you can see these are the electronic valves here, and there's two here I noticed that haven't got anything on them, which is odd. So what's that controlling? Who knows? Electronics is one thing, hydraulics is another. I'm not into hydraulics, and I don't know. We've got some valves down here as well. We've got 3 down there and 1 not in use. So we've got 3 not in use, at least. For what reasons, I don't know. So which cables are actually in use and which are not, who knows? And they come through here. They've been back right off. I see they've got there. They go down to there and to there, and then we've got this here as well. Another one there. double wired in. God knows what they do. So it's a case of hunting through and finding them. But yeah, it's a bit of a beast, this machine. It's a 1-ton hammer. But I've never used this one, I don't think. I've seen it, but I've never used it. I've got it here anyway. And so it's a mystery. If you know anything about electronics or you know about these machines, write it in the chat. And I will answer. But this is coming from Russia. I'm actually in Krasny Selo, is where the base is at, and so I will put this phone down and put it to one side, and you can watch my progress or lack of progress if you want. I haven't got a tripod or anything with me. Oh, there's also on top of that the manual override for the hammer, which is that there, is actually broken as well. So where we can get one of them from, unknown, mystery. Seems to be kind of working, but we'll see. The problem on this machine was actually you can actually drive manually. Oh, look, all the birds in here, look, all the sparrows. This machine will drive manually, and the legs will go down manually, but the hammer won't work. The hammer's controlled electronically, electronic valve, and it's not working, even with the manual, so unknown. But I go to this man, I just put a couple of pins in just to see what happened, and immediately the hammer sprang to life, which was a bit of a shock. So it plainly is working. It's just that I wonder if that actual switch is shorted out. I need to test the switch. I haven't done that yet. I really want to get this going. That's the first priority. Even this is these are the original off the old box, the original cables, but they were wired very differently, and I've had to do a quick job on them last night to get them connected. So far that does nothing. That one does nothing. So I'm just gonna. The trouble is, it's very hard to get them out again once they're in. So the plan is to put them in backwards. It's cold here, by the way. Put them in backwards like this, so I can yank them back out again and swap them, hot swap them, kind of thing. And sort of figure out if anything's doing what. If you put them in the right way, then you've got to take the whole thing off. They clip in, kind of thing. So that's kind of the plan, to put them in like that. And as usual, nobody's got a clue about this machine, so I'm on my own. Just actually, the driver who fetched me here today, and his brother's here, but they're about as much use as, well, that pen, which probably doesn't work. So I'm really on my own at this. Things I do for people. What I do know is these controllers, they work. You've got power coming in. I know that. I found that one straight away. I knew where that one was. And then, cause it's separate, so from the other one, just in case of swapping it in, that works straight away. And these two here are alternative power supplies. I guess they're really ideal. They're designed for cranes of these. They're not designed for this kind of machine, but anyway. Consequently, the controls are a bit strange. It says like, it's in Russian, but it says up, down, west, south, east and north, kind of. So, and then there's a button that does nothing, another button that does nothing, and then two here that do what, who knows what. So the plan is that one of these will work for work in and out for the what do you call it, winch. There's two winches on this, one up there, one down there. So that's planned for winches in and out, and then the other one plan is these for the tracks, and then probably one of these for the hammer. But God knows. Can you shout out my user I am big fan from Italy? Yes, Gabona436. Yes. How you doing today? So in a minute I'm going to have to start this machine up, and when I do, it's really noisy and I'm not going to be able to probably hear anything at all. So I'll get these cables in, and then so that's all in, kind of stuck in. Isn't it fun? Guess the cable. So I can't switch it on and do anything. I can't unless the power's running, and the power doesn't run unless it won't start up unless I put this extra minus on there. So like that, and then I could do a bit of thing. So move my glasses out of the way, not them falling over my bag. So I'm not an electrician, by the way. And I'm not a mechanic either. This is just hobby stuff, because I can and nobody else can. It's devil of a job to find anybody who'll repair this, any electrician. And if you do find one, they will charge an absolute. It probably cost more than the machine. The repair will cost more than the machine, so it's not economical. So I've actually done another one, a similar machine, but that was a case of swapping it out, and it was exactly the same box, and I just swapped it out, and it all worked within an hour or so. It was very easy. This one, different kettle of fish. The cables are all over the place, and I'll start on the other one, yeah. On the original box on the other one, there was a schematic like this, and I was able to just follow it and put the cables in. They were a bit mixed up, but it was really easy to do it. Well, this, I don't know what the cables do, and not only that, I don't know what works what on this machine. Obviously, I know, forward, and then I've got the that's the what do you call it? What do you call that thing? Really bad cat. I've forgotten my English. I keep forgetting my English today. The winch. That works the winch, yeah. And you've got here, so you've got top winch, bottom winch on this, and then you've got the hammer, and then you've got the thing as well. That's the hydraulics, as far as I know. And also on these machine oddity, you have to put this down to get the hammer to work. So another oddity. I'm not sure what that does. If anything, nothing. I don't know what that does. Nothing. Blank. So let's fire it up anyway, and. My hand is dropping off here. I haven't got a glove on, so I'm going to fire it up and then see if I can get anything to work at all. So I'm going to prop the phone over here, and where it can be at, and then hopefully it'll catch everything. Not sure how long this live stream is going to go, but anyway, so give it a whirl. these two here, they control the backwards motion of the right track. Oh, they do. Those two control the back. You can see it actually killing the power. So they'll control the back. Those two control the backwards motion of the track on the right side. So there's two. So the backwards would be on this controller would be probably I'm not even sure how it works. Not sure. I guess it's something to do with these ones here. You see it's clipping on. So forwards, backwards. Yeah, okay, so I remember now. So forwards, backwards, right, and then forwards, backwards, left. So you got forwards, backwards, right, forwards, backwards, left. So two tracks, or you could go forward, double forward on right and left, double backwards right and left. Okay, so that makes sense. So if we go to right side backwards, be that one there. So that's that switch there. You can see it there flicking on and off. So those two there have to be connected to that there. What a caper, eh? Has anybody else had a handling with a machine like this? It's something different, isn't it? It's where do you go with a bunch of cables like that? It's it is something, isn't it? I will figure it out. I'll give that a whirl again. To get it to start, you have to put this on. By the way, you have to hook that on. And then you take it off again, otherwise it drains the battery. Yeah, strange setup, innit? Put that off again. There we go. Get a little bit of revs. Doors opened again. Look at the weather out here. I've come in here to get out the snow. And the door keeps opening on me. Put that down. There we go. Stop the snow coming in. It's covered in it. It's even snowing in here. It's mad today. But anyway, so that's those two there. It should reverse that. Yeah, that track there. So that reverses that there. So that's a pair. Then we're going to figure out which ones do what. So you have to put it down again and have another go at it. I can't hold the phone and do this at the same time. I'll get those two clipped in and then what have you. Put this on charge again. But that don't want to work. Yeah, it does. So put that there like that. Can't even get it to sit on this. It's on a pair of pallets here. I had it a minute ago. There we go. Hopefully. Hopefully. See this. So if I can get the left hand track to turn, it's going to be one of them pairs of cables. So I've got it, I think. Ja lubię Rosję, ja тоже. So that's it, there are my 4 provers. So, нашел гусеница. Вот это 4. Вот это 4 гусеницы. Это общий. Вот это 4, я не знаю что. Но вот это гусеница. Геморрой! So that's where we're at. So that's the common. So the red is the power, obviously, and I've spotted a common thing here. All the power seems to be connected together in a red cable. There's red, and it's like joining them all together. So that tells me that that's the power. And where that's supposed to be connected to, who knows? But I suspect it's going to be in there. It's going to be in there. Let's guess. I'll put that in backwards. I think that's where it's got to go. I think because that on the schematic diagram is on this. It is com and main. So com is the common or ground. Is the top one, and the main, I guess, is the power. The next one down. So it's going to be either that one. It's going to be the top one or the bottom one, isn't it? Probably that one, actually. Probably that one. And then if we hit these into the positions, wherever they are, just a case of clicking on this forward and finding out which one's going forward. So one of them's forward, one's backwards, one's forward, one's backwards, left and right for the tracks. That's them there, and that's the common. And then these other 4. That's an interesting thing. What do they do? Not sure. Probably one's got to be for the hammer, or a pair of them's got to be for the hammer. Another pair would be for the winch. Winches, 2 winches. Well, what it's swapped, but via this here. So this here just swaps the pressure from one to the other. So you can work one winch or the other winch. So one pair would set either one going. So you got hammer and you got that. So basically, I've worked it out already of what's going on. It's just a case of locating which ones are which. So we did have orange, yellow, green, and another orangey colour, pinky orangey. So it's interesting. Tell me in the comments if you've ever read anything, if you've ever done out like this with a bloody machine like this, or am I unique? It's it would be better if some specialist would come along and say, oh yeah, just put that in there, put that in there, put that into there. But there is no specialist. There is no place to get these things serviced. You can go to an automotive electronics place and get them to do it, but yeah, righto. The cost is unbelievable to have that done, and find somebody who's willing to do it. Come out here, and because you can't take that to a garage, it won't fit in for a start. You've got to get somebody to come out and do it. It's absolutely nightmare. So it falls down to me. So I'm going to put them in now. Those 4 cables in. I've figured out which are the tracks. I can get them working. So get them on the buttons. See if I can get them to go on the buttons, and then work on from there. The last 4 cables. Well, there's only two pairs, isn't there? One's for the winches and one's for the hammer. The hammer does work, I know. I had it sort of jumped to life this morning accidentally when I touched the cable. Look, all the birds in here, sparrows. No, you think this is a winter retreat or what? I bet they've got nesting all over the place. But so I'll put this down anyway and do a bit more. If you haven't, by the way, if you haven't seen my bloody video, the one I did with the last one I did, which was the time lapse, please have a look. At least give it a whirl. See if we can get it to go. It's like dead in the water. So do me that favour. Have a look at that time lapse, please. So I'm going to get going a bit further. Привет, любимый. Ah, it's my it's my wife is telling me hello. She's from wherever she is. She's watching this live stream as well. Really. Привет, Леночка. So, my wife. So can't figure it out. I've got forwards going, but there's no backwards. That should be backwards, and it's not working. So common. So I suspect there's another. I suspect that should be powered as well. The way to do that is to take that out of there, which now I can't. I've got to take the whole thing. That's right. The problem with these is once you clip them in, they're stuck in, and to get them out again, you have to go behind that with a little thing. But to do that, you have to take the whole bloody clip out, and it's really, really hard to get out. And I keep having to yank it to get it out. It's like the most awkward thing in the world. So probably, I think there should be another power cable in there, because according to this diagram, we have two. Common one, common two. Common one, common two. So I guess that should have another power in, another power source to get the other. But if that's the case, then is that just power one? Very odd setup. And of course, it's something to do with these cables as well. Ooh, God knows where they're going. So very, very, very difficult to know what to do here. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Any recommendations? And my door's flung open again, which means that snow is coming in. Oh, I don't want that. Where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? I know what the common is, but it's not affecting those, is it? Because I can get the things to turn by touching it on there, but it's not putting power through. Why? Why? Because that should have a separate power, shouldn't it? And I'm not getting power off any of these. All these are, by the way, is electronic relay. So you hit the button, it sends power to one of these connectors here on these electric valves. The electric valve open, sends hydraulic oil through and does its thing. So all I'm doing is controlling the valves via that. But it's been messed around with so many times. You can see here, these are not original wires. This is bloody housing wire by the looks of it, that somebody's done at some point. It's completely messed up. I don't know what wires go where. I don't know even where they're going. I don't know which valve is opening when I'm hitting that, and I'm not sure which valves do what. Anyway, so it's really guesswork. It really is. And I've got these here doing what? Who knows what? There's one down there, and then I've got one here missing. So it's plainly in something that is now not. So I've got one short, and there's no place for it. So I thought I found another one up here somewhere. But what does that do? Orange to red tells me it's power, because we know that red is powering everything up, right? Red is powering everything. So, and you can see it jumps. The actual red wire jumps across from different ones. So you got two reds coming in, and they're coming out again. So it's fricked up without any kind of idea of what does what. Really messed up. Without stripping it all out and redoing it, which reluctant to do, because I'd have to find each valve, find out what each valve does, and then hook it up to something. that would be the only way to do it. Don't know on this one. The other one was dead easy, swap them over. This is not, because I'm not knowing what they're doing. But I've got 4 of them. I've got 4 of them, but they're not coming through apart from the forwards, which is now which is on the button now. Forward goes on the button. That's that there. Naturally, you'd think that backwards would be in the next one, right? Or another machine starting up. Can you hear that? Try and start the other machine up. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. Oh, it's the lorry actually. It's the lorry that they bought. That my boss bought. Can you imagine the cloud of dust, smoke that's going to be out here now? At a guess. Yeah. So that he bought, which is a crane. You can see all smoke piling up now. So that is a crane lorry. They call it manipulator in Russian, and it's to get the piles. And so far they haven't got a driver for it, but you can see the smoke that's coming out of it. Oh my god! I can smell it from here. Oh my good god! Oh dear me, that is stinking. In Russia, you don't need a license to operate a crane on a lorry. You got a license for a lorry, that's it. You don't need anything else. So you can, if you've got a lorry license, you're fine to go and do that. Which I think is a bit odd, isn't it? In England, I know you need a license for every bloody thing. Here, not so much. So, but anyway, that's where I'm at today. See if we can get this machine working. So probably I'll cut this live stream off. I'm not showing anything really. I need to concentrate on these wires and get this damn thing going. I don't want to be out here another day. One day is quite enough for anybody, isn't it? So I'll see you all on the next live stream. Please have a look at that last time-lapse video I did. At least give it a whirl for me. It only lasts 2 minutes. You'll put it on and it'll stick the numbers up and actually put it out there. Do me a big favour doing that. And I'll see you all in the next live stream.